Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. Tonight is my favorite full moon of the entire year. It's the Pisces full moon. So I thought we'd do a collective reading using the Shatter or the Yin Yang Oracle. And yeah, let's see what happens. All right. If you're new here, thanks for being here. If you're old here, thanks for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Please feel free to share anything you find on my channel with your network. I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, let us see what the energy is tonight. It's a Pisces full moon. It's eclipse too, I think. Ooh, our first energy, celebration, gifts, and abundance. Can you find something to celebrate right now within your own life? It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be anything, fan-worthy or monumental, but anything that you can find to celebrate in your life right now can help with whatever it is you're trying to do. Call in for yourself. I have two remotes. This battery is almost dead and this one volume doesn't work, so I'm making it work over here. Alright. We have integration and union. What I'm already noticing just from these two cards, come on, this is not what I want. I can't fake it. What I'm noticing is this bright light, right? And I think, I don't know, I'm getting the moon. It's a full moon eclipse. Ooh. Let's use the moonology, because I haven't been doing those. Well, there's a full moon eclipse in here, so we can use the Pisces full moon too. Because there is some shadow energy that came out a little bit. Limitations and fears, I think with good reason. I think everything that we're seeing, we're being exposed to so much in real time that it's, it's a lot on our nervous systems, even if we're not specifically, individually experiencing it. We're still experiencing collective traumas and things that are bringing up fear. For instance, that fucking wave, tidal, flood thing that happened in Nepal yesterday. I was reading discussion boards about that today. I'm a conspiracy theorist. There's no other thing to be, in my opinion. But anyway, I was reading oh my god, I saw some videos today of guys being like, how did they have, the exact moment that happened? It just seems like it was planned to instill a bunch of fear. So, I think that's something to remember, especially as they are actively fear-mongering about the water, about, heat indexes, El Nino. There's a certain level, there's a fine balance, okay? There's a level of being aware, and allowing that awareness to fuel some sort of, it's like a motivating force, right? It becomes debilitating or paralyzing if we only allow ourselves to ingest this fear, right, and these things to be afraid of, right? If we allow it to limit us. So in this time, what can you do? I think one of the things is to be actively aware of when you're feeling heavy, when you're feeling bogged down. Take some inventory within and just be like, am I seeing too much negativity? Am I scared? Why am I scared? What is this triggering within me? And usually it's some sort of shadow aspect, right? Which is what eclipse energy speaks to. It casts a shadow, right? So anyway, let's move on. Self-care energy, all right? Freedom, liberation, and opportunities. Nope. It says freedom. I added liberation. It says leap, opportunities, and Uranus. We have air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. We're in Virgo season now, but Libra is next. So, and then we have wish fulfillment. So the only shadowy aspect here is limitations and fear. I myself am getting over this. I don't like self-promoting, and last night I was high and I got some good downloads of what to say about myself, it's easier for me to write. So these are like little commercial scripts, and I posted 2 today. And it's hard for me, but I'm not really afraid, but it is something that I limit myself because I am kind of modest. I don't know, it's something that I think a lot about, so maybe that has something to do with you too. Maybe you have, I think all of us are being asked to step into our North Node, which is our purpose, it's our passion, it's, you know, stepping into the things that we have skill sets in, passion, the tools, you know, it's our purpose. It's stepping into our God-given, or if you don't, you know, resonate with the word God, it's into our divinity. That's a good way to say it. That's a good overarching way to say that. Okay, I want to pull the full moon card in Pisces just to get a little bit more. I don't think we need any more from the yin yang. It's pretty self-explanatory. We can go back over that. You know, once you identify what's holding you back or what's making you feel limited, and remember that feelings are just the way for, it's an internal navigation system. Your feelings are a way for, why isn't the Pisces in the right order? It's a way for your body to communicate to, you know, your consciousness, that you are feeling some type of way, okay? It's not something that you need to overanalyze. Full moon eclipse, thank God. Okay. Full moon eclipse and Pisces full moon. Alright, I have a fuck ton of moon water out. I love Pisces full moon water. It is my favorite. I like to use it in my sprays that I sell, like my scents, because it's good intention. I am a Pisces sun sign, so I also just love the promise of autumn, like at this point in the year, especially living in the fucking desert. So, I don't know, maybe that's you too. Okay, wait, oh, crazy. Okay, this is the full, or new moon card. I'm sorry, hang on. She does love friggin' chicken. Oh, full moon, sorry. Lo siento, my friends. I'm currently learning Scottish, Gaelish, Gaelic, I think that's it, and then Irish, Spanish, and a little, I'm learning Swahili, which is crazy, and ASL. I have 2 phones, so I've got 2 languages on each Duolingo. ASL, I'm using the app ASL Bloom. It's free, and it's just like Duolingo in the way that it is, fuck, it was the last fucking card. In the way that you learn. So, I did Duolingo a very long time ago, but I really enjoy it. So anyway, lo siento means I apologize, or I'm sorry in Spanish. Okay, balance, spirituality, and practicality. Have you ever been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make good concerted effort to move towards your goals, alright? The more practical steps that you can take, the better. It's time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and solutions to your issue may come through very clearly. If you're in a tricky situation because you've been acting the martyr, this card will be a message from the cosmos to drop the act for everyone's sake. Be selfish. Meditate every day and see what comes to you. Answers will come. You're super romantic, but you're in a super romantic but not super realistic state. Follow your intuition, it won't let you down. At worst, this card will herald the end of a dream. The person you're inquiring about is a soulmate, and avoid substance abuse at this time. The teaching, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so the full moon in Pisces symbolically marks endings. The end of fucking summer for the northern hemisphere. When the moon is full in Pisces, or whenever you pull this card, it's a time to dive deep into your emotions. Practicality is at odds with the numinous Piscean energies that have no borders, so feel your way now. Psychic ability is heightened when the full moon is in Pisces, and your soulmates now connect. I don't know why I added because it's in the line underneath. And soulmates now connect. It's also time to send out your dreams to the universe, releasing your fears, which is exactly what the card said. Alright, let's go ahead and Oh my god, I'm still in art. Oh, it's down here. Okay. Alright. And the full moon eclipse conclusions are within reach. Uno más. One more. Uno momento. Lo siento. Anyway, I'm starting to think in Spanish. I've been doing Spanish the longest. I cannot think in Swahili, that's for damn sure. I'm also cheating a little bit. It's to my own detriment. Full moon eclipse. Here we go. Okay. Conclusions are within reach. The full moon... full moon eclipse, and just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situations you're asking about has reached its peak or has just done so, and things are now out of your hands. It's very ironic, but not really. It's pretty divine that it came on with this song, which is called The Last Song by All American Rejects. Okay. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for, a way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. If you're letting go of someone or something, know that it's the right time, as hard as it may be. Forgiving someone for what they did could be the key to resolving the situation in a positive way. It doesn't make right what they did, but release it so that you can move on. Attuning to the moon, that which is meant for me will not pass me by. And doors that slam shut will now not reopen. It's time for you to get back on track. Forgiveness will set you free of karma. Meditation, breathing, and yoga are all recommended now. Seek control and let events unfold. Full moons are nearly always about climaxes and very often about conclusions. Full moon eclipses are the same, but on steroids. A full moon, I'm sorry, my brain started thinking and now I can't read. Okay, a full moon eclipse can be hard to handle because it portends change, something many of us are uncomfortable with. Again, that limitation card. But change is part of life, and this card, no matter when you pull it, reminds you of that fact. Full moon eclipses are also give us a glimpse into what Carl Jung called the shadow self. Work with your darkness. Okay. Shadow came up twice, so let's go ahead and pull some shadows because, again, that's what these times call for, a little bit of shadow work. Shadow acknowledgement, more than anything. Alright, I'm going to turn this one off because it's too bright. Oh, that's better. Hey. I like the dark. I'm so happy the sun is setting soon. Alright, let me shuffle these. I'm just going to pull a couple shadow energies and then we'll get the flip side of shadow and then we'll end it out, alright? Thanks for being here. I'm sorry it's been a while. Not really. I need rest. I don't know, I just feel like resting. Well, I'm not really resting, but kind of. We just finished college and we have like a month and a half before we start what's next, and so I'm chilling. But I'm still doing shit. Alright, our first shadow energy is isolation. In solitude, discover your true self and connect deeper. I love being alone. That's where I get most of my clarity, so maybe you just need some space. I'm always alone and never alone at the same time, so. Because I have a kid. Resistance. Go with the flow and be open to life's changes. I'm getting this light again in both of these cards. So they're a lot darker than they are in these two, but they're still present. So no matter, again, what's limiting you, just take care of yourself. This self-care card, I think air energy can really speak to allowing things to, like, not really taking like on a, I always get the word aloof whenever I hear or think of earth's or air signs, but it doesn't, I think aloof has a pretty like negative connotation, so you don't necessarily need to be aloof, but you need to be able to be detached enough from the things that bog you down or make you feel limitations, again, any sort of fear, if you're taking in too much news, people around you limiting you with their own projections, things like that. Allow yourself to shine bright like a diamond. Alright? Numbness. To feel pain is to be alive and human. Those look like rock hard angel wings that also look like a heart. Interesting. So again, allow yourself to feel through it, you know? It's nothing to be afraid of. I think feelings have such a bad... Is this I Feel So by Boxcar Racer as I'm talking about feelings? Oh, there is. They have a song called I Feel So. I feel so. I feel so mad. I feel so angry. But this song is beautiful. This song is like, there's someone else out there who feels just like you, is one of the lyrics. Anger. Use its fire to transform, not to destroy. Again, with the theme of the light. Whoa. What do you need to shed light on? Allow yourself. I have a bad temper. I get angry because I've experienced so much injustice that I just like have a very low tolerance for any sort of disrespect or injustice of any sort. So that may be you too. I think, you know, anger is cool as long as we don't harm out of that anger, right? Okay. Anger is valid. And I think a lot of people need to hear that because, again, this society has used, the powers that be have used anger as like they've policed anger because there's lots of things to be angry about, especially the injustices, right? And so they've policed anger and pathologized anger so that it limits resistance to the powers that be, to the injustice. Anger is very valid. Sacred rage. Rage that's rooted in justice. There's very few things more powerful. I would say authenticity within that rage and for the sake of love, right? Like a mother's rage. Ooh. There's not more deep, you know, a lot of people have anger because of unhealed wounds. But when you're able to integrate your shadow and heal those wounds, you're able to use your shadow aspects as tools, right? All of these cards that we pulled, anger, the numbness, you're able to finally feel, allow yourself to feel. Have no resistance and isolation. When you're not afraid to be alone, you're not afraid of anything within yourself. Again, your shadow aspects become really, really gnarly, powerful tools for you to use for the sake of collective liberation, right? If you're on my channel, that's what we're here for. Okay. Fertile, you are ripe with possibility. Let yourself create with abandon. You are birthing your new life. Progress. Even if you stumble and fall, the steps you take move you forward. All you need to do is get up again. Mothering yourself. Allowing your inner child to lead you towards what it is that makes you happy. If that's the first time you've heard the term inner child, I have an entire playlist called Chasing Nostalgia that can support. It's really this idea of allowing, like, just reconnecting to the little one within you before the world started to tone you down, before your magic was seen as a threat or ridiculous or, you know, unproductive, right? When you were a child, those few years that you were allowed to be innocent and magical and curious and adventurous, get back to that essence of your being. That's what we mean when we say inner child. Emerging, and a lot of the anger comes from that time, from when you were meant to be. The song Pink Floyd The Machine is coming through because that song is about, like, welcome to the machine. It's like, you have to participate in this system. You have to participate in the, 9 to 5. And I think it's interesting with Dolly Parton passing, we've been hearing that song 9 to 5 a lot lately. And I was thinking about how it's conditioning people to not resist work. It's just, to me, it's giving people with a 9 to 5 a lot of pride in that job. And I think that at this moment in time, historically, in a few years historically, but I mean, when we look back at this time, it's going to be the time in which, resistance for the repetitive nature of capitalism, it would be a good time for people to say fuck this. And now we're all being like 9 to 5, we're celebrating that. So I don't know, that's a side tangent. Anyway, emerging, summon courage to break through. You can always start over again. That's a very important theme. One of the daily affirmations I got the other day was, I don't fail, I pivot, right? So when things don't work out the first time, or your plans change, or things really hit rock bottom, you have like lots of bad things happen at once, try to allow those challenges to initiate your resilience, right? Allow yourself to pivot into a different, pivot into a different reality. Creativity takes courage. Hold on tight to your dreams. Be you bravely. Good things are going to happen. Give out what you most want to come back, and be fearless. I think that's a great place to stop. I hope this helped. Have a good one. Happy full moon. And happy autumn, the promise of it, for the northern hemisphere. Okay, bye.